Welcome, friends, to the live show performance of Mickey's Nutcracker. When I started working on this Nutcracker project, I realized that there were so many versions of the ballet out there that if I typed The Nutcracker followed by a number between 1980 and 2020, a different performance would show up. So when I typed The Nutcracker 1991, this was the video that greeted me, and my theory was proven right, because I hadn't come across this play before, and I also don't think I would have found it if I hadn't tried out this method. So, what's the deal with this Mickey version of the Nutcracker, which destiny itself has placed upon my hands? This play started out as a live performance from 1991, but it was later filmed and aired as a special on the Disney Channel. It's silly, campy, and sweet, and the logic of the tale takes a backseat while it lets fun take the wheel, creating an incredibly enjoyable ride. There's a narrator, and he tells us a tale that begins on Minnie's house on Christmas Eve. The house is filled with Minnie's colorful neighbors, and also an array of Disney characters that frankly strikes me as pretty random. Like, I get why Goofy and Pluto are there, but Roger Rabbit? Okay, I guess his movie had come out a couple years earlier. But then what's up with Chip and Dale? Were they in vogue back in the 90s? Maybe. And what's Tigger doing there? Did Minnie really only invite Tigger from the 100 Acre Woods? Where's Pooh? But okay, everyone's singing and dancing, and Minnie gets a Nutcracker doll, who looks a lot like a certain fellow mouse. After the party, some Christmas magic happens, and all of Minnie's toys come to life, including the recently acquired Nutcracker, taking the form of a handsome little soldier. That's when the Rat King shows up, and the narrator helpfully tells us that the Rat King is really just a prince under a spell. You might be wondering, why does Minnie look like this while the Rat King looks like that if they're both rodents? Well, the answer is that the Rat King is a rat, and Minnie is a mouse. You can't argue with that logic. There's a couple of twists in the formula that I like. They use the music from the ballet, but they often include lyrics to the melodies. And this is, by far, the most successful adaptation to ever do it. I've seen my fair share of attempts over this project, and Mickey's Nutcracker takes the win for sure. The lyrics feel so catchy and well written that it's almost like they were part of the original ballet. They also put their own spin on the songs, making them feel fresh and surprising. They get jazzier arrangements, they feel bouncy, and fully match the funky choreography. When they get to the Land of Sweets, Roger Rabbit sings a whole number about the importance of thoroughly brushing your teeth after eating a bunch of candy, because of course he does. Of course Disney would try to impart a lesson on dental care in the middle of their holiday music. I shouldn't have expected anything different. I love the fourth wall breaks that happen with the narrator. He ends up playing the role of Drosselmeyer, showing up at the Christmas party to give Minnie the Nutcracker doll, and it's funny how he is literally narrating the story as it happens, but also taking part on it as a character. The narration dictates the flow of the story, but it's also diegetic. The characters can listen to it, interject, and even kidnap the narrator. It's silly, but it's very funny to me. I thought they were just going to play it very traditional and have the narrator be a separate character that's there to just give context to the events, and I was caught off guard by how playful they get with the concept. The production value for this is surprisingly high. It's a small cast and an even smaller stage, but they make it feel big by having plenty of costume changes, colorful moving sets, and elaborate dance sequences. The scenes feel busy, but never too crowded. The story follows most of the Nutcracker beats, but played a little loose. Mickey takes Minnie to the Land of Sweets, the Rat King follows them, he's defeated, and Minnie is crowned the new princess of the land. She never really makes it back home in this one. She doesn't really wake up from a dream or anything. She's just there forever now. And I really thought they were going with the dream route. There's this whole thing where the characters she meets in Mickey's Christmas magic realm all resemble Minnie's neighbors that she knows from her average life, and I thought they were going to do the whole traditional dream thing where Minnie wakes up and realizes it was all a dream and all her friends were there, and then her new neighbor walks in and he bears a striking resemblance to her Nutcracker, but no, they don't do any of that. Minnie leaves the real world behind and marries a life-size doll soldier. Even the narrator didn't see this ending coming. But whatever, it's cute. The longevity of this one is a little hard to defend. Even though I truly enjoyed the music and the lyrics and the dance numbers, the Disney characters chosen for this performance really dated. I mean, do kids nowadays even know who Roger Rabbit is? Another thing is that, sadly, this one doesn't seem to have an official HD release. It's free to watch on YouTube, but with VHS rip quality, which to me does add to the charm, but that's only because I'm a freak who finds that sort of stuff poetic. It's hard to convince the average Joe that no, really, the fuzz enhances the experience. If you go to the YouTube postings of this, the comments are filled with people talking about how they too recorded this performance on VHS and watched the tapes until they wore out, so this one clearly has its share of fans. And it's completely warranted. It's a really sweet and cozy adaptation. It's cute! Look at Mickey and Minnie, look at Minnie's bouncy blue dress, look at the dancing snowflakes, the welcoming holiday party. Everyone gets their happy ending and I wouldn't have it any other way. Maybe you too can find some Christmas magic at Minnie's house on Christmas Eve.